Welcome, everybody, to Casting for Two, the podcast that is back. It's back, baby. With your host, Chris. I am that one random guy who is blowing out the levels right now. Just blown out. Sorry for taking last week off. I tweeted about it saying that I wasn't really 100%, and that was really the case because I started being sick and not being able to keep food or liquids down. But now I don't have that problem, and I'm back. Before I get into the guest for today, I'm excited because I for so many reasons. I have a sponsor. I now have a sponsor. The sponsor of Casting for Two is Comic Bento. It's what it is. It's a monthly box full of graphic novels, and you subscribe to it, and it's like those monthly subscription box. This is what it is exactly. But it's with comic books, graphic novels. I love reading graphic novels, and I've wanted to try this out, and it's awesome, so I'm so happy. Click on the link below to sign up and do that. Thank you. But let me get into today's guest. She is back once again, E.G. Daily, who is just the queen of my childhood. We had a lovely talk. We talked all about we share the same birthday, which is cool. But Pee-wee's Big Adventure is 30 years old, which is crazy. I remember watching that when I was younger. But it was just a nice, fun, casual game of catch up. That's what we did. But I'm tired of talking. Let's get into today's episode. So, Chris, cue that music, please, and thank you.
Hi, Chris. Wasn't sure if it was a Skype session or what we were doing today.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's Skype.
Are we on Skype right now? Skype phone?
Yeah, we are Skyping phone.
Oh, great. Okay, great. Sure, that's great. Fantastic. How are you?
I'm doing well, and yourself?
I'm doing well. I just had surgery on Monday, so I'm just laying low today at the house.
Mm-hmm. Well, taking it easy, making everyone else, perform the house duties while you just sit and watch, I'm assuming?
Exactly.
Yes, good.
You know it.
Good. But that's good. So last time we chat, it was all about your origins.
Yes.
And now you don't have any, I guess we went through your origins, so now we're just going to chat.
All right, let's do it. I'm ready.
Cool, great. I just wanted to first bring up the fact we have the same birthday. Not the same year.
Are you a 9/11 baby too?
Yeah.
You're a 9/11 birth baby. That's crazy, right?
Yeah. How was your birthday? First of all, so we are both alive before the events of 9/11. How was after that day? How was your birthday to you?
Well, I think my birthday is a really special day in history. I mean, it was a tragic day, but it was a very significant day in history, and so I feel like it makes sense that my birthday has now become a historical day.
Right.
And your birthday too. Yeah.
I remember being a little embarrassed when it happened, just because I was going to school at the time. And you know how kids are; they'll make fun of you for anything, and so my birthday was always a thing to make fun of. Now I'm to that point where I'm just it's cool to see so many people, and or the fact that something like that brought so many people together, and they're still, saying never forget,
Oh,
stuff like
yeah.
that.
Exactly, exactly. Yeah, I didn't have any weird feelings about it. Actually, on that particular day, I remember I had a big party just a couple of nights before.
Hmm.
So it was kind of great because I'd had this ginormous party, and then all of a sudden my birthday rolled around that morning, and then all mayhem broke loose, and then that was the end of my birthday, my actual birthday. But I had already had a big celebration, so I could just focus on what needed to be focused on, like were my kids okay, because that day was strange because I didn't want to take them to school, and I remember just trying to ride out the day. I took them to school, but I actually stayed there with them a little bit
Hmm.
so I knew what was going on, and then I took them home with me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just remember getting out of bed and just seeing my dad glued to the TV and expecting a big old happy birthday. And he was,
Yeah.
nope, he was just glued to the TV. And then I eventually saw, and I was like, oh, it's going to be that kind of day then. Okay. But,
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
but it's all good. Oh,
Yeah.
what, what kind of
Okay.
doggy is that?
Oh, that's a little tiny 2 pound, 3 pound Chihuahua. And then I have a big Rottweiler here that just came over. Her name is Bumblebee. Her name is Bumblebee,
Okay.
and she's a big Rottweiler. And then I have another little Chihuahua named Juju. And
And
they're
how,
both really.
I'm very interested in how people come up with names for their dogs.
Oh, that's pretty funny. Well, Bumblebee is my children's dad's dog, and he lives with me right now because his house is being remodeled. But I don't know where he came up with Bumblebee. I thought that was a really funny name for a Rottweiler, but
Hmm.
it stuck. And then my little dog Juju, we had gone on a trip, my kid's dad and my kids and I, to Cabo, and with a bunch of our friends, and they had just had a baby named Juliet, and she was a little tiny blonde baby girl, and our little dog Juju was a little blonde puppy, and so they called her Juju on this trip, and I was like, oh, that's a cute name. So we took the Juju from their Juliet nickname, and that's how we named her Juju. And then we have another little tiny dog, BB, and my daughter named her BB just because she has a website called BB Girl, and she's like a little tiny, tiny little BB. She's so small. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, no, my mom has always done the naming of the pets in the family, and so
Oh, that's fun.
yeah, so I've never, except we have two corgis now, and she named the first one Toby, standard name, and then I said, you know what, I'm gonna name the next one. It's my turn.
Oh, that's great. Did you?
I did, yes. His name is Ollie, and of course he's the bad dog of the both of the bunch. So I know, but it's okay.
Ah, that's funny. Yeah. So wait, where are you at?
I'm in
Where are
San
you at?
Antonio.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and so it's the weather's been not hot or humid today, so that's always good. It's
Uh-huh.
it's funny in San Antonio when it gets, and it's probably the same in California when it gets fallish winter's time. Everyone's joking, but it's like it's going to be in the low 70s. Everyone.
Wow, yeah. Low 70s is nice, though. I like that.
Yeah, especially this summer where it was up in the hundreds. But you'll still my sister's guilty of this, wearing full coats, scarves, and I'm still wandering around the streets in shorts and sandals.
Wow, yeah. Well, awesome.
But so what's been going on with you work wise? How's voice acting going?
Voice acting's been really good. I've been doing Julius Jr. for Nick Jr., and I've been doing a lot of different other. I've done some Avengers. I did the character Mockingbird and Moonbeam, and some games, and they're going to release the Rugrats again on that thing they're doing for Nickelodeon, where they're re-releasing a lot of the old cartoons, which is so fantastic.
Yeah.
I also just did a Rob Zombie movie. It's coming out in February called 31, and I play a character named Sexhead, and it's a really great movie. It's one of his best projects, they're saying. One of his best movies so far that he's ever done. So
oh, wow.
I'm looking forward to that coming out. It's a really fun role. One of my favorite roles I've ever been in.
And
really fun. So just tons of press lately because of the Pee-wee's Big Adventure 30th anniversary.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just a busy time. Just released a voiceover seminar on Amazon. It's for rent or digital download. And I released a one-woman autobiographical musical on Amazon. So there's a lot of stuff going on.
Right on. And then, so have you been able to do, I know when last talked to you, we talked a lot about your music career and how you were writing all these songs.
Yeah, I've been in the studio with Michael J. writing a whole bunch of new songs. I've been writing a ton of music. And I'm actually headlining the Whiskey A Go-Go November 22nd, which is iconic in L.A. So I'm going to be headlining that Sunday, November 22nd, which will be a blast. I get to actually do a really fun set of a lot of my material from the 80s and title tracks from other albums and current music, and it's going to be really fun.
Mm-hmm.
So there's been a lot of music lately, a lot of rehearsals and a lot of singing. Just really a blast with the music.
Well, awesome. I do have to ask, I'm going to backtrack a little bit about the Rob Zombie movie. The character you play, is it, no spoilers, of course, but is it a little bit, since you play all these, or voice act all these characters, they have to be a bit more bubbly, fun, kid-friendly. Is the character you play in the Rob Zombie movie a bit darker?
She's a little bit of both, I would say.
Oh, okay.
Without spoiling. I would say without spoiling, and she's a little bit of both. So it's so great.
Mm-hmm.
I get to play it all in that movie.
Right. It's kind of nice. I'm not speaking for you, of course, but after playing so many voices and doing happy stuff, I guess it would be nice to say, like, play a villain every once in a while or something. Just just to let loose a little bit, get out of your comfort zone.
Oh, it's so much fun. Yeah, it's so much fun playing naughty. It's really fun. Yeah.
And how is Rob Zombie as a director? Because I've watched a lot of his movies. I think there's probably one. I didn't see the last one he did, but I respect him so much.
He's one of my favorite directors, I tell you. I love him. Uh-huh. I love working with him. He's such a genius. He's such an artist. I mean, you can look at all of his pictures that he posts on his website. Every photograph looks like a painting.
Mm-hmm.
They're wild, but they're beautiful, and that's kind of what his movies are like. And he's really into wardrobe, and he really works with you on the wardrobe for your characters, and he's very detailed. He's very genius. So he's one of my favorite directors, and he just happens to be this very cool rocker dude, which I love. So you're like talking to him in 1 minute, and you're looking at him like, he's this gnarly rocker dude. He's amazing.
Right. It's fun. It's like people forget. Well, I mean, like my nephew will probably never know of Rob Zombie, the singer, and know more of the director.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I can totally see that where it's like, oh yeah, you used to play
amazing.
music. Yeah.
He's so cool. I love him. I just love him. And I love that he understands me. Like, he knows just how to cast me. He just calls up and hires me, and then I look at the photographs or the drawings of the character, and this character looked like me. So he obviously had me in mind from day one, and then just called and hired me because the drawing looked just like me. And I was like, wow, he knew he wanted me for this role, and that just is such a flattering thing, that a character's being derived for you is what I feel, I could be wrong, but it looks just like me. So it was pretty crazy. Yeah, the cartoon animation of the character that came out before they cast it, I was just like, wow, that's so cool. It's really a fun thing working with Rob. It's real fun.
Is this an original idea, or was it just kind of taken from the real life events?
Oh, I think it's an original idea.
Okay,
yeah.
cool. Yeah, no, I would be so afraid to uh, just drift in his head because it's very creative, but also the things that he comes up with. And I mean, there's nothing going on in my head. His head, it's got to be crazy and very creative in there.
Yeah, yeah, he's a genius.
Uh, but you also mentioned the fact that they're bringing back a lot of the older the Rugrats cartoons, and a lot of
Yeah.
the Nickelodeon heyday. Is it weird that it's kind of I've seen it catch on like within 2 years of all the nostalgic. Is it kind of weird, or for you, or has it always just been around?
What's that?
Like
Which part of it is weird?
the fact that I feel like these old cartoons have started gaining traction within these last 2 years, and now there's a channel. It's I when I was younger, I hoped that it would be around a lot sooner.
It's not weird. It's all just feels really natural. That
Yeah,
it feels really good. It feels like when there's good material out there, it's important to keep it out there, right?
right.
And something that is so liked and so good, why not keep it out there?
Hmm.
There's so little material there's a lot of material that is out there that's okay, but there's some that's really classic that people love, so I think just make it available all for them.
Like I said, I watched my nephew during the day, and when I remember seeing Looney Tunes, the original Looney Tunes on TV, and I said, I'll just put it on there while I make him his lunch or whatever. And it was dead quiet, and he was just sitting there watching it. And I was like, see, this is what you should be watching. And then, of course, it's the Roadrunner, Wile E. Coyote trying to blow up the Roadrunner. And I'm like, maybe this isn't appropriate right now.
Yeah, exactly.
But for sure, me and my friends grew up watching Rugrats and Hey Arnold and all those good shows, and watching the younger kids' generation of cartoons were always, kind of like, well, our cartoons were better, but you know what? I kind of do think so.
Exactly. Yeah.
But I'm excited that it's coming back here, and there's also talks. I don't know. I'm just talking out of the talks of doing like a huge team up super Nickelodeon cartoon movie, which should be kind of fun and interesting.
That would be amazing.
Yeah, for sure. But was there anything else you wanted to chat about or to bring up?
I think I'd just love to share that people can definitely go to my website, ugdaily.com. I have the links on there for the voiceover seminar that I recently released that has so many great tips, tools, and how-tos for voiceover, plus a lot of information about my journey. And then I also have the one-woman autobiographical musical that is really great, and it's a musical, and it's all true. It's a very scandalous yet fun, poignant show that I did. It's one of my favorite pieces of work that's also up on digital download on Amazon. So those links are on my ugdaily.com, and for people to find me on Facebook, which is at Real EG Daily. I'm always posting what's up. I was posting fun stuff and what I've been up to, and also, Vine is at Real EG Daily, Instagram at Real EG Daily. So just, all that stuff is just a blast.
And I can't wait to check all that out. Plus the Rob Zombie movie, which like next year probably.
They said like January, February, March at the latest.
All right, everybody get in line all those 3 months and just wait.
Yeah. Gonna be good.
Well, E.G., thank you so much for chatting with me. I'm going to let you go and relax some more, okay?
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much. I mean, it's nice talking to you.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.